We are not getting a divorce.
We are not getting a divorce.
We are not getting a divorce.
Wait for
Super
divorce.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Super Divorce SUPERCAST. I'm Nicholas Villars, the vocalist in this band.
And I am Robert Tallman. I play guitar in the band.
We're the only band members here right now because we're just recording this at about 3:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Technically, we fucked up on getting it done on Saturday.
Well, I think I made a disclaimer in one of the earlier shows saying that though we recorded on Saturday,
Okay.
it might not always be posted by midnight,
Okay.
but it will be posted before I go to bed for the day of Saturday.
Okay.
So,
Well, it wasn't recorded on Saturday either, so...
is there anywhere left in the world where it's still Saturday?
Anywhere that's more than 3 hours behind us?
Is there a 4-hour difference
I don't
anywhere?
know.
I feel like
California's 3 hours behind. But
yeah, and then you go too far, and then you jump ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
Is it midnight anywhere right now?
Interesting question.
No help from Siri.
No. She said it was an interesting question, though. So that's good.
Congratulations. Our relationship with AI grows ever stronger.
Well, we were playing a game because it is board games week, and
Yeah.
we went all in on it. We weren't just
Yep.
joking.
Yeah.
We got together earlier in the week and played Scrabble.
Yeah, and that was uneventful. It's not our faults, it's the fault of Scrabble, and it's... Well, I'll take some of the blame for that because I saw it in the stack of board games that you had in the wings there.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, Scrabble, we should play that. And I just envisioned, making words and laughing and having a gay old time, and it was actually quite dull. So
There were a few laughs.
couple.
Bob spelled scrotal using one of the blank pieces for the S.
For the S, yeah. And I had rotal.
Rotal, yeah.
And it was spelled correctly.
There was one word that you spelled using a blank piece that I was thinking of a different letter for the blank piece. And you went with something else. I can't remember what it was. And everyone right now is just dying to hear what that was. But what was it? I think it was a V word. Is that ringing a bell for you? Spell a V word.
I made Eve, but I
Vapor.
actually... Vapor, yeah.
You spelled vapor. And
thought.
the P was the blank piece.
Oh, okay.
Filled in the blank piece with a P, and I was thinking valor.
Valor, okay. It could have been.
You went for vapor instead. I didn't say anything,
Yeah.
because why would you?
That could have been Valor, you fucktard. Yeah, Valor, that could have worked. Yeah, it's not like it would have changed the points or anything, because we all know the blanks are pointless. Pointsless.
Pointless. They have a point.
Yes, but they don't gain you any points.
Yeah. They're actually, I'd say it's a sought-after piece in
Oh,
Scrabble.
yeah.
Even though it doesn't, even if it is pointless,
Right.
in quotation marks, I would say. Pointless. Because it does have a point to it in that sense.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you're using it, but you're not going to get any points in the game for using it. Except for any points that you'll get from the word you spell
Yeah.
that you might not have spelled without
the
pointless blank piece.
Yeah.
So,
It's a bridge to success.
for all the Scrabble fans out there,
Yeah.
just want to take a moment and remind you to take a moment and remind yourself that though the pieces are pointless, there is a point to them.
Yes.
And you will get points for using them.
Right.
But not from that piece in particular.
No.
So.
Also, I want to mention that as we sat down to play Scrabble, I realized that Words with Friends was once a huge deal, and it's simply just a Scrabble game. Obviously, everybody knows what it is, but a mobile Scrabble game that you can play with anyone at any time on your phone. And I just looked down at the Scrabble board, and I just we've come a long way, and people don't play Words with Friends anymore. It's not as big as it used to be.
But we're still playing Scrabble.
But we're still...
And I think that speaks volumes about the tradition of board gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because all these flash-in-the-pan mobile games that come along might captivate your attention for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't think anyone's going to be going back to Words with Friends 20 years from now.
No.
But I think people are still going to be playing Scrabble.
Right. The act of getting the game out, sitting down face-to-face with friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's not something that can easily be replicated. Although I did enjoy Words with Friends, and I was confused as to why it dropped off so quickly. It was like like the novelty wore off in like one day.
Well, there was a new game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There was something else that popped up, and everyone stopped using that. They probably, because you only have so much space on your phone.
Yeah.
So they had to uninstall Words with Friends
Right.
to make room for the new game, whatever it was.
I'm sure some people still play it. I mean, if I was one of those people who deleted it because I just either wasn't getting enough action or,
Yeah.
Because you can connect and play with a stranger if you want, but the real excitement is
that's
playing against a person you know.
Fraudulent, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's not Words with Strangers. You should only be allowed to play with your friends, unless you want to call it Words with People.
Or it could be encouraging you to make friends with the people you're playing.
But are you really going to make friends with them?
I don't know. I just had the thought, I wonder if anybody ever met their spouse, their wife or husband while playing a random Words with Friends game.
Well, it'd be really cute if
Because I think you can send little messages to each other, like in your face, and.
Well, I was thinking it would be interesting if they actually sort of cultivated a romantic relationship just by spelling words out in the game.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah.
Well, call and then spell me. You couldn't put your phone number in there though. So how do you
email?
Well, your email wouldn't work as a word. Unless you made an email that was just a very simple word.
Just for Words with Friends.
To meet your future wife.
Yeah.
Or husband.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Unless they live close by.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't live close by. Maybe you take a plane.
Mm-hmm.
They just spelled out Valencia. It's like, well, I'm going to Spain now to meet you.
Tuscany.
And then when they got there, I bet they actually played Scrabble.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you would do in person.
Yeah. Because you want to look at that, your significant other's beautiful face while you rub her face in it, beat her ass at Scrabble, and then get put on the couch for the evening.
I would like...
You're on the fucking couch!
I think that on Scrabble versus Words with Friends, that you can't replace the feeling of reaching into the bag and grabbing your new pieces and putting them up on your little placeholder there.
Well, the clink of the kind of rustling sound of the pieces and everything. I will say that's true. You'll never replace physically sitting down and playing it, but Words with Friends was cool because you could have a game that goes on, over a span of days, because you just look down at your phone and go, oh, it's my turn, and then you go, and there's no pressure to think of something super fast. It's just kind of convenient to just get a little message on your phone that it's your turn, so you can be playing at any time throughout the day. So there's advantages to both. I mean,
what if Scrabble tried to jump on board with that model, kind of, and they set up Scrabble centers where you go in and you set up your game board and you start the game, and then someone else walks in and they add another word, and then you could stop in maybe the next week and add something else.
Yeah.
And
you stretched it further than I thought it was going to go. I was thinking he does his word and then goes and grabs a ham sandwich up the street. A ham and cheese sandwich, and then he comes back. Maybe the other guy's still thinking about it, or the other girl, and then you go outside again, or maybe go to the restroom, take a short bathroom break, come back, and it's your turn. But I like the idea of just laying it down and then walking out.
yeah, that's the idea.
You get one of those things like at O'Charlie's, so it just, you keep it in your pocket, and when it's your turn, it just starts buzzing, so you can be at your job in the middle of work, but you would tell your boss ahead of time, I have a game of Scrabble going at the Scrabble Center up the road.
And they would understand because they probably had one going too.
Right, exactly. We've all got these devices. It's like a beeper.
Yeah.
And it just starts going off, and you drop whatever you're doing, and you run over to the Scrabble Center and lay your new word down.
Or maybe you keep them waiting a while.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
That could be I always used to get pissed off on Words with Friends, because I would go, maybe you'd have a relatively quick back and forth going, and then it would just stop.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why people stopped doing it, because they'd get pissed off. Like, man, come on. Like, you start winning and the other person just fucking stops. And then there was honestly I think a timeout kind of deal. If too much time passed, you would automatically forfeit. But
well, you would maybe drag it out because you don't want to look too thirsty.
Yeah.
You have nothing else going on in your life. So it might be embarrassing to reply immediately with a new word.
It could be.
We're not even talking about. This isn't even a board game.
Well,
we're talking about Scrabble.
Yeah, Scrabble.
Yeah,
but I mean,
we're giving Words with Friends a lot of time.
Yeah, we. I just want to bring it back. It's like MySpace. I have memories. Not really. I played it for like 2 weeks. And it died. I jumped on at the tail end of Words with Friends.
I never had Words with Friends on my phone.
Really?
Yeah. Jess did. My wife had Words with Friends on her phone, but I never played it. I remember when it was a big deal, though. She was playing with her mother constantly. And
super fun.
Yeah.
Scrabble, also fun. As long as everybody's into it. I think the problem was Bender went in going, I hate Scrabble.
Yeah.
And then that fucks up the mojo of the whole game when one person just simply does not want to be playing it. You know? It's like putting a movie on and everybody in the room loves, fucking some actor. Everybody loves Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
And there's one guy who's just like, fuck Josh Brolin.
Which, by the way, if that guy exists, I don't even know what to tell him. Who wouldn't like Josh Brolin?
I don't know. I've never come out of a movie and been like, wow, that would have been better if Josh Brolin wasn't cast in it. I'm not saying he's the greatest ever, but
he's good? He is a good, solid actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not a hateable person.
No.
And he seems like a really nice, likable guy in real life too. When he does interviews and stuff, he seems very down to earth.
And I like the fact that you didn't hear about him much from Goonies until like No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh shit, Josh Brolin. Somehow this man is one of the greatest actors alive, and we haven't seen him in movies since 1985. So that's weird.
Yeah, and he probably it probably wasn't because he couldn't get work. It was probably more like he just didn't feel like it.
Well, I know he was in a few things. He was
Yeah.
in like the, what was that movie with Kevin Bacon where he's the Invisible Man.
Oh, Hollow Man.
Hollow Man, yeah, he was in Hollow Man. Or maybe it was the sequel. I don't know.
Well,
he was in one of them.
Hollow Man sucked, in my opinion.
Well,
When you're an invisible man, you're not hollow. The title doesn't even make sense.
yeah.
Hollow Man would be like just an empty skin bag walking around.
Yeah, it's like a shell.
Yeah.
It's like
He has no internal organs or anything.
it's like just the candy coating. No chocolate on the inside.
Which wouldn't be possible, obviously, but
Yeah.
anyway, back to board games.
Yeah. Back to board games.
What's one of your favorite board games from childhood? Because the game we played tonight for several hours was called Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
And it's an H.P. Lovecraft based game and the Cthulhu mythos.
Mythos.
But when I thought of board games originally, when we started this podcast week, was from my childhood, what did I love?
Yeah.
Whenever somebody was like, oh, let's play a game, what did we pull out? And, you can play it and it doesn't drag on too long, not too complicated, real fun.
Candyland comes to mind immediately.
Really?
I played a lot of Candyland as a youngster, and I always hated the fucking licorice guy. I can never remember his name either, but I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And he looked mean. He looked like a nasty man to deal with.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that because you had this candy kingdom, and he was over here in his licorice land, and
just being a dick.
yeah, I think he had like a twirly mustache, and then maybe like some stupid shoes.
Yeah.
I didn't like that guy, but I loved the game, and that would be the first game that comes to mind from my childhood. And there are others, but if we're going with, well, I don't know. Did you say favorite or just
I thought favorite, maybe one that you, but also it doesn't necessarily. I'm thinking like go to, one that everybody around you likes too, because a lot of times you're playing with your family and stuff, so you want to pick something everybody likes. Because I got a lot of flack because I loved Monopoly, and my mom. I love my mom. If she ever hears this, she would be so sad. But she hated Monopoly. I mean, she liked it, but whenever I'd bring it up, she'd go, "Do we really want to spend the next 2 hours? Can't we just play something quicker?"
Yeah.
Because you're in it for kind of the long haul with Monopoly.
Yeah.
But that was always I always wanted to play Monopoly.
I'm with you. I was very excited whenever the entire family would want to play Monopoly. I was thinking more like, really young.
Really young?
Age.
Okay.
But once I understood the concept and I was at a point mentally where I could grasp what you're supposed to do in Monopoly, I loved playing Monopoly, and it was always...
Yeah.
I always thought it was a lot of fun, even though it did lead to some nice butt hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some times when you're far ahead and then somebody just comes out of nowhere and fucks your track up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you're just... It's even worse when you don't get knocked out in one shot. You just get almost destroyed in one big hit, and then you just kind of limp through the rest of the game, and then you lose anyway. So it's like, why did I just spend the next 20 minutes? So we used to, I would stick it out because I'm the kind of guy who doesn't quit on things, because I was so competitive, I would always think I had a chance to come back.
Right.
But if my brother got a big hit, he would just fucking get up and leave. Just be like, fuck this. I can't win. I'm done.
Well, I told you, I think the other day, that I had the time where I actually was brought to tears by Monopoly. When I was in 6th grade and we were playing, the family, my mom and stepdad and aunt and uncle were over, and I was up late with them playing on a Friday night, and it was like, oh, this is cool. I'm up with the adults playing Monopoly, and I'm hanging in here. And then I landed on, I think, one of my uncle's properties. It was Boardwalk, and he had a hotel or two, and it just fucking drained everything I had. And they all thought it was super funny, and they started singing the Boardwalk song. Down at the boardwalk, boardwalk. And I immediately just got up from the table and went to my room and cried.
It ruins family dynamics sometimes when you're a competitive person. You're raised in a competitive household. I mean, my dad shoved winning down my throat from the moment I could understand English. So, and then he was a fucking sore loser too. I mean, not with board games, but I think I've told you before, we used to play Super Nintendo all the time, me and my dad, and we played Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball.
Yeah.
And we played hundreds and hundreds of games all the fucking time, and he always beat me. And then one day I finally beat him. I mean, it was like a monumental occasion in my life. I was so happy. And then he quit, and he never played with me ever again. It was the first time I beat him was the last time he ever played.
You retired your dad.
Yeah, I fucking retired him. Oh yeah, the same happened with Stratego.
Oh yeah?
Which is a board game.
I've never played Stratego.
Oh, I love Stratego. It's so good. I'd love to, since you haven't tried it, I'd love to play it sometime. But it's a one-on-one, it's like chess. But it's super, I mean, it's in the title. It's a strategic, it's a capture the flag kind of game, and different pieces, they're numbered pieces, so the lower the number, if a 2 runs into an 8, it'll kill it, so the lower the number, the more powerful the character. So my dad and I would play that all the time too, and it's his favorite board game ever, and I think that was the same way the last time we've ever played Stratego together, which may be the last time I'll ever play with my dad. I beat him, and he quit forever, so the man does not like to lose.
Maybe he was waiting for it to happen.
Could have been, yeah. I just had that flash in my head, that Mr. Miyagi type deal where he's just training me up.
Like, he wasn't going to let you win.
Yeah.
But he was secretly happy when you did, because it meant, I don't need to do this anymore.
Right.
Not that he didn't enjoy playing with you, but he knew when it happened, there's nowhere to go from here. He won fair and square. He's achieved what I wanted him to achieve.
Right.
So I'm bowing out.
Yeah. It's kind of noble if you look at it that way, but I'm going to get my...
just been so pissed off
Yeah.
that he can't bring himself to lose again.
I'm going to bring fucking Stratego down to my parents and see if my dad will play with me.
You should.
I'll just set it on the table and look him deeply in the eye. Not say a word, just set Stratego down. See what he does.
I bet he'd enjoy it.
Maybe
Maybe enough times passed where even if it was the changing of the guard.
Oh, he doesn't remember now.
You
There's
don't
no
think
fucking
so?
way. There's no way. There's no fucking way my dad remembers that. Or the Ken Griffey Jr. baseball thing. He wouldn't remember it, but he'd still deny it. He'd be like, "Oh, you're full of shit."
Would he say he let you win?
No.
No.
I don't. Honestly, I don't know if my dad even remembers playing Ken Griffey Jr. baseball in general.
What if he saw the game and it just like triggered the flashback, and he felt the wave of emotions that he felt
When I beat him?
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. It's worth a shot. But yeah, Stratego. That's a really good one-on-one, intellect versus intellect game.
Mm-hmm.
There is kind of an element because you can't see the other person's pieces, so when you're moving, you're just kind of feeling out what's going on the other side of the board.
It's like Battleship.
Yeah, and you have a certain number of bombs that you can place, so you can think that somebody's got, an unprotected area, and you're trying to get to their flag, and only certain characters can defuse the bombs, and they're the 8s. But if somebody hits your 8 with like a 5, then your 8's fucked, and now you can't defuse their bombs. It gets really fucking intense. Because before I finally beat my dad, there were times when I was close, and he would just... And then when he won, he'd act like it wasn't close.
Yeah.
Like you never had a fucking chance, And, yeah. That's a big one from my childhood, too.
Stratego.
Yeah. It's a really good one.
Did you ever play any Guess Who?
I did. Guess Who's a quick one.
Yeah.
I used to play that on indoor recess a lot. Like, you get rained out and you can't go outside, and it's one of those quick games that you can pop out a few games of Guess Who in the time it takes to have recess.
This might be fun. Let's take a few minutes. I'm gonna offer up a game, and I want you to give me a 1-sentence review.
Okay.
And then you can shoot one over here. Maybe pass a few back and forth.
All right.
Chutes and ladders.
Fun in my childhood, early childhood. Fun in my early childhood. That would be...
That's the review. Fun in my early childhood.
Well, I outgrew it. If you're 12 years old and somebody's like, let's play Chutes and Ladders, you're like, fuck that shit.
I'm just imagining them using that blurb like on the back of the box.
It's like an older guy. It's like a picture of Wilford Brimley. A lot of fun in my early childhood playing Chutes and Ladders before I was diagnosed with diabetes. Diabetes.
Beatus. Dr. Beatus.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Beatus.
There's a video where Wilford Brimley talks about Dr. Beatus. He introduces
several...
himself. Dr. Beatus. Oh boy.
Yeah. So another off topic, but if you have some time to kill on YouTube, there's some Wilford Brimley goofs. There's a couple goofs on there. Okay, so you gave me Chutes and Ladders. Should I shoot one back at you?
Yeah.
Connect 4.
First player can always win.
Really?
I just read that the other day. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
But that's my review, and I'm telling you now, the game's a sham.
Wow,
If you know what to do at the beginning of the game, the player who goes first can win every single time.
Wow. Did we just figure that out as the human race?
I don't know. It was
just
just during board game week here. I've, kind of just Googled board games and tried to find some things out. And, that was one of it was on a list of sort of interesting board game facts.
Wow.
And one was that if you're playing Connect 4 and you know the right moves to make at the beginning, whoever goes first can win every single time.
Wow.
So
that's interesting. That was another indoor recess game where I remember this guy would probably never remember me now, but there was a kid named Thomas. What the? I can't remember his last name, but I can picture what he looked like.
Aquinas?
No, it's just Thomas Mercer. That was his name. God damn, I can't believe I remember that, but I went to school with him in Indiana, Bright Elementary School, and we had heated fucking battles of Connect 4 on indoor recess. We were like the two masters. Other people would challenge, and it was like, fuck you, you're done. And then we would play each other, and we would never really win any more than 2 in a row against each other. It was always way back and forth, tons. And we would play super fast and just fucking, it was fun. I remember those days.
Did you usually win, or was it...
It was, I would say it was probably a little bit tilted in his favor, but I hung in there. I held my own. Maybe 60-40.
Give me I want your review of Checkers.
I love Checkers. I'm a huge Checkers fan.
Is that that's your review? I love Checkers.
Hold on. I'm not... I've literally had 3/4 of a beer, I'm going to be honest, but... Okay, do it again. Start over.
Okay. Give me your review of Checkers.
A classic that will never get old. King me. No, I fucking love Checkers. I just wanted to go right into the nostalgia of it, because I had battles of Checkers too.
Yeah.
And unrelated to board games, but I mean it is playing a board game, but back in the relatively early days of the internet, like late 90s internet, I used to play on Yahoo Checkers.
Yahoo Checkers.
Yeah, because they had chess and checkers and other games you could play against people on the internet, which was fucking crazy at the time. And I would, you chat with them and stuff while the game's going on. And it was a real game of checkers. You couldn't pull that shit where, like, if you... a lot of people don't know, but if you have the opportunity to jump someone, you have to do it. So you can make people jump you into traps, and then get like double and triple jumps that you set up, and it wouldn't let you not jump them when you were in a certain position. So you couldn't play the way most people play.
I didn't know that you have to jump.
Yes.
Never knew that.
Yeah. So, and I would try to enforce that rule on people, and they would just get pissed off. Like, I'm not doing that. You're gonna do this, and it's like, yes, I am, but you have to jump me. That's the whole point. That's why I got you in this position. But yeah, I don't know if that's a hard and fast rule in the rules of checkers, but that's how Yahoo Checkers was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always liked playing checkers earlier on because I was interested in chess, but I didn't want to take the time to learn how to play it. So it seemed like a good standby.
Yeah, it's a simpler alternative.
It's got a similar aesthetic. The board looks the same pretty much, different colors, but usually I feel like checkers are usually red and black.
Yes. They are.
I'm sure that there are variations.
I did have a set that was black and white.
Yeah.
Once when I was a kid.
That's what springs to mind when I think chess.
Yeah.
Black and white pieces.
Yeah.
Though you can have many different colors. It's also not a hard and fast rule out there for all you board game aficionados. Don't write us letters saying, well, you can have purple and blue chess pieces. I'm sure you can, but I would put money on it. If you polled the world, if you gathered up every chessboard across the planet Earth, you would find that most of them were probably colored white and black.
Yeah.
Or a
very high
variation,
percentage.
sort of like an off-white or a cream and black, cream and charcoal. It's going to be within that wheelhouse. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
my dad used to play Yahoo chess, and he was pretty fucking good at it too. And it would give you a rating, like it would give you a number rating. So when you beat people who were higher than you, you would shoot up in the ratings and stuff. It wasn't like a ranking. It was just like how good you were was measured, and then that would dictate the players that you were matched against. And the pieces were white and black. So
there you go.
I wonder if those old servers are still being maintained. I might hop on some Yahoo checkers tomorrow and see if it works. Got a hankering. My rating was pretty high on Yahoo checkers. So.
Well, once I learned how to play chess, I felt like a new world had opened up for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long time since I've played now. I'm sure I could figure it out if I sat down and played, but I remember thinking to myself, oh, this is really cool. And I don't know, intellectually, it felt more stimulating than checkers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like you had a lot more to keep track of.
Yes.
You know.
I sucked at chess.
Did you?
Yeah. You have to be able to see several moves ahead. And if you're going to be really, really good, you have to learn different strategies. I mean, there's literally books written about chess. There's no real books written about checkers or chutes and ladders. Chess is a fucking thinking man's game.
The official chutes and ladders companion.
Yeah. And the fact that a computer, there's no way a chess grandmaster can beat a computer now. There's computers that are literally like 1/10,000th the power of the original computer that beat the chess grandmaster, that regularly beat them. And that's the beginning right there.
Yeah.
When Deep Blue beats the chess grandmaster, it was some Russian guy. And the same guy had said in 92, they said, will a computer ever be able to beat a human at chess? And he laughed. Fuck that, Computer's never gonna fucking touch me. And I think it was 97 when it finally happened. Deep Blue beat his ass, and he got pissed too.
I would imagine it would. You probably would. Yeah. For the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Do you think a computer could beat you at chutes and ladders?
Yes. Well, chutes and ladders is kind of a chance game, so. But I'd imagine it probably would be able to. Yes. And then not a board game, but Jeopardy.
Yeah.
You saw that IBM's Watson beat the two best Jeopardy players of all time. Not only beat them, but had a score higher than both of theirs combined in a language game where there's subtle kind of little jokes in the clues and stuff. And
yeah.
Now you have a computer that can kind of understand natural language to an extent, so all the people out there Skynet. It's coming.
I don't think a computer has any advantage when you're playing Candyland.
No. Because it's really whoever...
Hold on to that one.
Yeah.
Or in the game we played tonight, Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
I think the computer is still going to get fucked up by whatever monster appears.
Yeah. That's right. Because it's rolling the dice.
Yeah.
I mean, as much strategy goes into some tabletop games, if it comes down to you got to roll a 6 and you just don't roll it, it's not your fault. It's just you just didn't do it. I mean, it's not because you couldn't, you weren't strong enough or smart enough. It's because that die didn't roll in your favor, man.
Why didn't you roll it good?
I'm sure there's somebody who's tried to sit down in like a dark room somewhere and get their dice rolling game on.
Figure out just how to throw it.
To roll a 6 every time or a 7 or something.
Yeah. I mean, you want to succeed, but I feel like part of the thrill is not knowing whether it's going to work or if it's going to fail, because, you've got to hit a certain number in a lot of these games, and, not just the game we played tonight, but, many other board games and things like that. You're trying to move a certain number of spaces, and if you overshoot, maybe there's a penalty and you need to go back or something like that.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of like rolling and not knowing what's going to happen until I see the dice fall as they will.
Yeah. It's nice to have a balance between the strategy and the luck, because honestly, that's life.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be in the right place and give yourself the tools to succeed, but in the end, you do have to catch a few lucky breaks here and there a lot of times to achieve what you're trying to get. You know? They say, luck is skill meeting opportunity? Is that it? It's not skill, it's another word. So a synonym for
opportunity meets preparation, I believe.
Preparation meeting opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And that's
so
true.
It means you had to have done a little bit beforehand on your own.
To put yourself in the position to be rolling the dice in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on you.
Right. So a little philosophical tie-in to the old board games.
And I guess that's why they made the game of life.
Right. Do you die at the end of the game of life? I've never played Life.
I haven't either. I never owned it, and I don't know. I don't know what happens with the game of life.
It's weird. It's one of those things, you love your parents and stuff, but sometimes they really do dictate. I mean, they dictate what you get. You know, if my mom hates life. Not her life, but I remember her saying I would, be like, why don't we have, the game of life? Because everybody's always talking about it. I'd see commercials like, oh, that game sucks.
Yeah.
So my mom didn't like it, so I never played it. That was the reason.
How about Trouble?
I love Trouble. That's a good one.
Pop-O-Matic Bubble. Is that what they said? Or is it Pop-O-Matic Trouble? I remember the commercial. Trouble, trouble, Pop-O-Matic Trouble. Or Pop-O-Matic Bubble.
Bubble, I think.
Pop-O-Matic Bubble.
Because it's that bubble in the middle of the board.
Yeah, I knew there was a bubble. I had trouble. But
you had trouble with the bubble? Did you ever have a bubble that gave you trouble? Maybe got stuck?
Yeah, you have some bubble trouble. That just makes me think of real quick a side note here. Maybe I've mentioned this to you before, Bob, but I always thought that it would be good, or it would have been good, rather, when John Kerry was running against George W. Bush, to have some campaign ads that start out by just saying, does George trouble you, Bush?
Does George trouble you, Bush? God damn. You've never said that to me. I would remember that.
Well, now
I'm going to remember that till...
Does George trouble you, Bush? Well.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Did George trouble you?
He did. Yeah. I didn't like George Bush. I voted against him.
To get political.
Well, actually, was I... No, I wasn't 18 in 2004. I was 17. My first election was 08. The first one I voted in.
Okay.
And I didn't vote for George Bush. Obviously. That was McCain versus Obama.
Yeah.
Let me see. You mentioned Trouble. There's always Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry was okay. It wasn't one of those ones that I clamored to pull out and play.
I owned Sorry, but I don't know that I ever really played it. I remember the pieces, but I don't remember really having many experiences with Sorry.
Yeah, Sorry is all about sending people back to the start.
Yeah, so
it's
sorry.
Yeah, but you're not really.
Going back, yeah.
You might as well have put it in quotes.
Sorry.
Sorry, but not really, because that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I'm supposed to send your ass back to the start of the board here.
Yeah. Sorry's kind of like Trouble, but it doesn't have the bubble.
How about, what was another good? Mousetrap?
Mousetrap was... I never actually played it. We would always set the trap up and
I was going to say I played with the traps more than I ever played the game itself.
Right. Yeah. You know what? You're going to hate me for this, but I've never played a legit game of Clue in my entire life.
I haven't either.
Really?
Yeah.
I had it, and I would try to get my mom to play it with me, but for some reason we would just never be able to... I don't know what it was about that game. It just had a curse on it that we could never sit down and play it.
I think I had Clue Junior, or whatever it was called, the kids version, and I don't think I ever actually made it through a real game of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to at some point. I'm interested in Clue.
Yeah.
I'd like to play it.
Seems like
fun.
and it's one of those classics that everybody, I'm sure the people listening are like, oh shit, you never played Clue?
Yeah.
If there's anyone listening.
If there's a few handful.
Yeah, I've never played Clue in my life. I do have to mention one more, Yahtzee. That was my mom's game.
Yahtzee
That is my mom's game.
I've never played a game of Yahtzee.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's great. It's a quick one, too. You can kind of buzz through it.
You've got the shaker cup, right? And the dice.
You have the shaker cup. You don't have to use it because it's fucking loud and annoying. You can just use your hands, but we used to use the cup just because it gets the atmosphere going. The dice shaking around that fucking plastic cup. But, whenever I'd bring up Monopoly, my mom would always throw out Yahtzee as an alternative. It was like, I want to play Monopoly. Why don't we just play Yahtzee, for Christ's sake?
It was like 20 minutes versus 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And but Yahtzee's fun as well. There's a little bit of strategy involved. Because you basically have, since you've never played, you have a little pad, and you have to roll the die in different combinations to fill up certain obligations on the list that you have. So you have to roll. You have a list for each number, 1 through 6, and you want to try to get the highest amount in each category. So if you roll, you'll roll randomly and just not know what you're going for at first. And if you roll like 3 6s off the bat, you'll just shoot for your 6s. So you pick up the other 2 dice, put them back in, roll again, And if you get another 6, that's another 6. And then a Yahtzee is if you get a 5th 6.
Okay.
So, and you get 50 points for a Yahtzee.
Okay.
But at the end, you tally all your points, and whoever has the most wins. It's very fun and very satisfying. And there's actually, I remember one of the first smartphone apps that I thought was really cool was a Yahtzee app.
Where you could shake your phone.
Yeah, you shake your phone and it shakes up the dice, and you just lay your phone down and it knows to stop the rolling. And I thought that was pretty tits when I first had a smartphone.
Well,
That
speaking of
wore off.
rolling, I was hoping that we could get some dice poker going more often.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause we played that when we went to the Jimmy Buffett concert over the summer.
Yeah.
And I learned of dice poker through the game The Witcher. And it's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I'd like to play more.
Yeah.
You're playing 5-card stud, I guess, with dice.
Instead of cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
a fun game. You should try it sometime.
Yeah. Yahtzee has a couple elements of poker in it, because you have to roll. There's a couple slots for a straight and a full house and stuff, so the terminology is in there.
Okay.
4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, so yeah, it's cool. Andrew brought up Liar's Dice earlier tonight.
Liar's Dice.
From Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Where you kind of have to bluff your way around having dice. You'll say, I have 2 2s, and the next person says something, and if you call them on their shit, they, are out of the game, basically. So.
Well, just to give us a brief little break here from board games, I thought it would be fun to check out some trending topics. Because
TT Boys?
TT Boys, yeah.
Okay.
To just see what's going on. First trending right now is Stone Cold Steve Austin. It says video shows former wrestler trying fancy cocktails. Did you see this?
I watched it.
I did
I've
too.
seen the video, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
It is.
He's a charismatic motherfucker. I mean, you could set him down doing anything and it would make a good video.
Was it the Cosmopolitan? I think that was the only one he liked.
He liked it. I think he liked the Appletini too, because
he drank the whole thing.
Yeah. He must have liked it at least enough to finish it.
Yeah.
And then he made a quip about it's got apples in it, and apples are healthy. So an Appletini a day may keep the doctor away.
Yeah.
That's an alcoholic's perspective.
Yeah.
He hated that birthday martini, though. He said,
yeah. He didn't like
if I
that
could
one.
think of a name for it, it'd be a sugar piece of shit or something.
He didn't like the Jolly Rancher either.
No, yeah, he hated that one.
Yeah.
And he, of course, tried the sex on the beach and didn't like that.
Didn't like that one. Said he had heard a lot about it over the years.
Yeah.
Finally had a sex on the beach. And
Yeah.
he was not a fan.
He said he actually comments first on the actual act of sex on the beach.
Yeah.
Like the real engagement of 2 people. Says it's stupid because you get sand in your orifices. Which I'd imagine's probably true, unless you have your towel game on point. Maybe take a big blanket out there. Because you don't want to have sex right in the sand. That's
No.
a bad idea.
Too many small grains,
Yeah.
holes, and opportunity for bad times.
Yeah. Don't have sex in the sand, people.
No. I didn't know this until just now. Bernie Sanders, Democratic presidential candidate, concedes to Hillary Clinton in Nevada caucuses. How's that?
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how important Nevada is, but
I think every time that happens, we should use the hashtag #SuckMyCaucus. That's how I feel about it.
Hashtag #SuckMyCaucus, Hillary. Suck it. Long and hard.
I haven't talked to anyone who's... Well, you know what? Didn't you say that your parents are...
Yes, big Hillary supporters.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Bernie's going to run into. We see this huge movement on the internet and this vast Twitter support and stuff, and it seems crazy that Hillary even has a chance because the ground roots swelling on the internet and the personal donations, but we're forgetting about the old people who are Democrats, because there are old Democrats. They're not all Republicans who are old.
Yeah.
And they're going with the establishment as per usual. So I think we'll be in a good spot as long as none of the I mean, should we get political? I mean, we already made fun of Donald Trump and stuff, but as long as we come out with someone in the blue in the White House, I think we're in much better shape. But Bernie, we want him, obviously. So.
Yeah.
We want to help the common man, because that's who we are.
That's what we care about.
That's who we care about.
Well, that's a little... There wasn't much else going on right now.
Yeah.
Trending.
I did see that there was a petition for Deadpool to host Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah. Have you not...
I heard about it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the response. And evidently there's a response in character.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't
from
watched that
Deadpool
yet.
himself. So...
check that out.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the film. I really want to, though.
Very, very good.
Very good?
Yeah.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good.
I mean, I was surprised watching it that Marvel gave the go ahead on the type of movie it is. I mean, it's definitely not for kids.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But I'm seeing these reviews online and people are like, "Oh, I can't believe that they put this movie out and I took my kids to see it. If there could have been some indication that I shouldn't have, then I would have been perfectly fine with not letting them watch it." And
the indication is that it's rated R.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just can't... Deadpool's not a children's character.
Well, they're like, well, my kids have seen him in cartoons and they love Deadpool and they shouldn't have released this movie because it's rated R and it's for adults and these are kids' characters. And it's like, well, he's never been a kid-friendly character until they started putting him into, the Lego games, or he'll make an appearance and kind of do slapstick comedy. But by and large, Deadpool is and has always been an adult-oriented character.
Yeah.
That's the style of character that he is. All of the humor is adult-themed. It's mostly sexual humor. So, if you would have done even just a little bit of research going in, you would not let your kids watch this movie. If it's the kind of thing that you're uncomfortable with, and...
It's rated R!
Yeah, and people are perfectly fine with, all the violence.
Yeah.
No one's talking about that, really. They're talking about...
watch somebody, shoot people in the head and stab them with a sword.
Yeah.
And cut their heads off. And
yeah, but it's make a dick joke.
Yeah.
Well, then you've crossed the line somehow. So... No, I think that if you took your kids to see that movie and you were offended, you got exactly what you deserved.
Yeah. And Deadpool himself, the Deadpool Twitter account has responded. I think there was a petition going around to do a re-edit of the movie where kids could watch it.
Yeah.
And the Deadpool Twitter account said something like, #NotForKids or something. Fuck you.
Yeah. Because it's not.
Yeah.
And it would have been awful if they had sort of toned it down and sort of, put the brakes on just how over the top they were going to go with it. It wouldn't have been a Deadpool movie, but the fact that they allowed it to be what it should have been, that made it wonderful. So if you haven't seen it yet and you're not easily offended by shit that shouldn't be offensive to you if you're an adult, then go watch it, because it's good for a couple hours of laughs.
Good. I'm glad. I'm dying to see it. It looks great. It looked great in the test footage that got leaked, so everybody was laughing their asses off just at that little snippet. So.
I don't know if did you see that Ryan Reynolds responded to the leaked footage? Like just recently. I think he was on some late night show and they asked him about that footage getting leaked.
They said they asked him if he knew who leaked it, and he said he was 70% sure it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude.
You couldn't have gotten a better actor to play that part.
Yeah.
He's just perfect for it.
He's always played a great smart ass.
Yeah.
And that's what Deadpool really is. I mean, he's just a self-aware, psychotic smart ass that makes jokes. Van Wilder, first good example of his humor. And that stuff comes through in all the stuff he does, even when he's playing dramatic roles. He's got that charm that's just inescapable. Also, he's very handsome.
He's very handsome. He's a very handsome man.
As Deadpool, obviously. He's hideously disfigured, but...
Yeah.
It's weird that Deadpool has a healing factor, but he can't heal those terrible wounds.
It's being offset by a very aggressive cancer.
Okay.
So, he has cancer.
Yeah.
And his healing factor is, basically just able to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Because the mutation kind of jacks up the mutation of the cancer.
Yeah.
But also it jacks up his healing factor. So it's kind of just keeping pace there. It keeps it at bay.
So his skin is just being eaten away by cancer and being rebuilt constantly by the healing factor.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he in constant pain, or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. Doesn't seem like it. If he is, he handles it well. But I guess maybe we should get back to board games.
Oh, shit, yeah.
We played a game called Arkham Horror earlier today. We started it at maybe 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the evening.
Finished it close to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Even though we lost. We lost... I don't know, I would say...
the Yig.
Yes. It was not a close game.
No.
We didn't come close to winning.
To put it in perspective, I'll make the analogy as the monster has 12 bars of life, and you have to get 3 hits to take off 1 bar, and we removed 1, and then all died.
Yeah.
So he still had 11 bars left, and each one is 3 hits worth of damage. So
yes.
We would have had to hit him 33 more times.
And he wasn't even the hardest boss in the game.
No.
There are different cards you can draw with different monsters at the start of the game that show you if you fuck up enough, this thing's going to be unleashed, and then you're going to have to fight it.
Yeah.
And we fucked up enough during our game to unleash this monster, which was the easiest one in the pile.
Right, we picked the one where the game literally said, if you want a quick game, pick this monster as your ancient one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a quick game,
No.
and we lost. So
I'm sure it'll be much faster when we play in the future because we won't be having to like refer to the notes and the instructions like every 5 seconds. But
right,
still, it's cool. It's rewarding when you get this very complex set of instructions down and you start picking up a little bit of momentum and you're actually playing the game and you see, oh man, this could be a lot of fun. That's what started happening towards the end, but unfortunately that was right before we all got devoured by this beast.
But it was, I mean, we put up a valiant effort. It wasn't as if we just got our asses kicked immediately. We rolled several turns through the boss and just couldn't. We made a dent and we were happy with that, but hoping to do better next time.
Yeah.
I will say learning the instructions was interesting because in my personal life, I'm learning a lot about the brain right now. I'm fascinated by human thought and stuff, and I did pick up How to Create a Mind by Ray Kurzweil, although right now I'm reading The Singularity is Near, which is fucking fantastic, by the way. But I was thinking, when you grow up, when you're a child, your brain's like a sponge. It absorbs literally every piece of information thrown at it. But you get to a point where there's no more room for anything. So when you learn something new, your brain kind of has to dump redundancies. So it'll say, well, I can still remember this. I don't need to remember all these little details. So to make room for this new information, I'm just going to kind of delete this old shit over here.
Yeah.
And learning all those rules, I was just thinking, I wonder what I'm deleting right now to learn this. Because I was really genuinely paying attention and cramming all this new information in my head.
Yeah.
I was just like, wonder what's going down the shitter right now.
Maybe some names of like kids from school that you haven't interacted with for 20 years, but I
still remember Thomas Mercer, man.
Yeah, you got that one. But can you recite your entire class?
No.
No.
That's been gone for a while though, so I don't think it was Arkham Horror that did away with that, but it's funny. Being aware of the inner workings of your brain, not so much because we're still trying to understand it, but even knowing subtle things like that kind of changes your perspective on thought in general, but it was worth it. Arkham Horror is very fun.
Yeah, if you're looking for a solid tabletop game to really jam on with some pals and have a good evening, that's one to go for. Mm-hmm. As long as you're not going to be bored by the initial process of learning how it works,
Right.
If you don't have the patience for Monopoly, you're not going to have the patience for something like that. But, during this past week, I've been doing these drawings and posting them, and I'll be hashtagging various board game themed hashtags, and we'll get likes from board game accounts and board game enthusiasts. And I mean, there's just like a whole world of games out there that you don't hear about, and so many of them, they'll post these pictures because I'll go and look at the accounts after they'll give us a like, and so many of these games just look so fun, and so interesting, and so just pleasing to see, and it makes you want to play them, but it's like stuff you've never heard of. But at the same time, you can look at a lot of these games and just get sort of an idea of how in-depth an undertaking it is to sit down and learn how to play one of these things. And to really, I feel like to really get into it and enjoy the game for what it is and enjoy it the way the creators intended it to be enjoyed, you'd have to play it a few times. To really get in that groove where you're not having to refer back to anything and you just know what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So,
there's no instant gratification with games like this. You really have to commit.
Yeah.
And I think that's That's why video games, I think, are so mainstream, because there is a slight learning curve to a lot of them, but you can, in most cases, jump right in and pick up a controller and learn it as you go and be okay.
But even games like Mass Effect, compare Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 3,
right,
and the learning curve
yeah,
from 1 to 3. It's like, I was intimidated by 1 when I first sat down and started playing it, just because I could tell it was great. I could tell it was going to be a lot of fun, but I wasn't in that mindset where it's like, I'm ready to learn this whole new system of playing.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one, you can basically jump in, and it's like, if you've played Gears of War,
right,
you can jump in and play this one. And I guess that's good and bad for different reasons.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people wanted it simplified, and a lot of people were bummed out that it was simplified to please a wider audience. But I think that probably speaks volumes about the people who do love tabletop games, because you really do. You have to be patient. You have to have an open mind about learning rules and learning something new, and sitting down across from people and playing this game. And it's not like a video game that you can turn on for 20 minutes and then go have a sandwich and
pay attention the whole time.
Right.
You know, you can't sit there and really just fuck around on your phone until it's your turn again, because what the other players are doing is going to impact your next turn and what you have to do next.
Especially in Arkham Horror, when it's a collaborative effort, because it's not every man for himself. It's literally the players versus the monsters and the big bad, you know, trying to take it down.
Well, it's like, even when my character was devoured by the monster at the end and I was out of the game,
you didn't just fuck off and run into the other room
No.
and start playing.
I was still there, like, I was rooting for you and Andrew because I wanted you to fucking beat this monster, at least put a dent in it. And it's, you know, I felt invested. It's like, it's cool, and I said this earlier, to see or to play a game where, you know, it's competitive, but you're actually cheering for the people you're playing with. You know, you're hoping they do well, instead of, oh, fuck this guy, I hope he rolls like shit on the next turn.
Yeah.
You know, you want them to do well, because when they do well, you're going to do well. And even when you go out, you've got so much hatred and spite for this fucking beast that's looming. It's going to devour everyone and destroy the world. It's like you're hoping that they roll, you know, the best possible roll on every turn. And it makes you want to pay attention and not just grab your phone immediately and start scrolling through Facebook or whatever dumb shit you'd want to do without thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's, and seeing something like that through to the end, where you've committed several hours to not only learning it, but playing it and becoming invested in it, seeing it to the end brings a satisfaction, you know. A lot of things in life, you start and you kind of let it fizzle out, so there is a metaphorical meaning to starting something, knowing it's difficult, and then finishing it.
Even if you are totally consumed by the monster at the end of it, you know, it's...
You gave it your best shot, and you really did. I mean, there was nothing
you have a fun,
half-assed about it.
A fun journey along the way.
Yeah. And when I stopped to read Amazon reviews of the game afterwards, because they're always entertaining, whether positive or negative, I love Amazon reviews. You know, everybody in the comments it's about the game, it's not about winning, because if you're attached to winning, you're going to be disappointed because you're going to get your ass fucking chewed up.
Well, it's funny because you read sort of the attributes of the monsters, you know, the various creatures that you could face at the end, and it's almost laughable the idea that anyone could possibly beat one of these things. You know, your game would have to go just so perfectly in your favor, you know, of the players, that it's basically pure chance.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that there are different things you can do and strategies that you can cultivate, and you'll learn more about the game as you go along. But defeating some of the most difficult bosses in that game, I would
like
say
the one that said, "If it wakes up, the game's over."
Yeah,
that's
there's,
it.
There's one. Yeah,
It's
there's
like
one
a god
monster
being.
Yeah. If you fuck up in the first part of the game, before the monster is woken from his slumber, if you fuck that up and the monster wakes up, then everyone dies. And that's just the end of the game. You don't even get a chance to fight it.
No second chance, no chance to fight for your life.
Yeah, it's just over.
That's more OP than the Reapers, man.
Yeah.
God. At least humanity had, even if all went poorly and the war was lost, they at least had the chance to fight. The Reapers didn't just show up and obliterate everything in 1 second.
Yeah.
Just snap their fingers and the entire galaxy's dead.
Yeah.
But this thing, if it wakes up, you're dead. That's it. So ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like if God showed up and was like, nope,
Yeah.
we're not doing this anymore.
Don't I get a skill check? Nope.
Nope, you blew it.
What if I just rolled one time? No.
No, you're done, guys. This experiment I started, it just didn't work. I'm gonna head over to the Andromeda galaxy and start a new one. Actually, I've got several going, and you're not the first one to fail, but you're one of the worst. So
Won't be the last either.
pull the plug on this one. Oh, there's something satisfying about all-powerful beings that can just obliterate everything.
Yeah.
I remember I was going through the Marvel mythos and just seeing who was the most powerful, and there's some beings up there that are even higher up than Galactus on the scale of power levels. And then, of course, your Dragon Ball Z universe with characters that can just punch a planet and destroy the whole thing.
Super Saiyan God. That's literally what they were called. They've changed their names now to Super Saiyan Blue.
Oh.
But, well, first you have your Super Saiyans, and then there are different levels of Super Saiyan that you could ascend to. And then past that, there was the Super Saiyan God, which is where they would basically become a deity.
Wow.
And then once you achieve that level, you could actually turn into a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, where you go Super Saiyan again once you are a Super Saiyan God. And that's what Super Saiyan Blue is now.
Oh my god.
So it's just like insanity.
What can you do at that point? I mean, what's the limit on
I don't know.
on your power?
And I'm sure there's going to be something past that too.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait for, but there's
give us some more OP shit, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Ivy and I watched the first episode of One Punch Man.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
What'd you
we
think
laughed
of it?
our asses off. It was great.
Yeah.
Not board game related, but and I'm not even like an anime guy, but the way you and Bender described it, it just sounded too good to pass up, and
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, just watch one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the way the characters developed and the way the universe operates, where monsters just come out of nowhere.
The first monster that like inspires him to be a superhero, like only spares him initially because his eyes are like as lifeless and dead as his are.
It's a fucking guy who ate too much crab and turned into one.
He's gonna
kill a kid for drawing nipples on him while he was sleeping.
If you haven't seen One Punch Man, you should watch that.
It's on Hulu
Yep.
for free. Well, not for free if you count Hulu's subscription, but
Well,
you can watch it.
do they give like free months or anything? Like a free
Yeah.
first month trial?
They'll do a free, I think it's a free 2-month trial.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Get your free 2-month trial of Hulu.
I've been tempted to go commercial-less
I
on
did.
Hulu. Did you?
Yes.
Because
And
they're
watching-
starting to get fucking ridiculous with those commercials, man.
Watching SmackDown and Raw is a million times better, too.
Yeah.
Because, it hits certain points in the show where it's like, what the fuck? It was like 2 minutes ago we just had a commercial break and then
Yeah.
another one. And, going commercial-free on Hulu is worth it.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's bumped from, what, $11 to... How much does it go up?
I'm
to?
not sure. I know Jess is the one who actually did it a while
Okay.
ago, so I don't know what the
I'll look
difference
into it.
was. I don't think it's too much, though.
Yeah.
I would say it's worth the fee that you pay.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Alright. Fucking board games, man.
board games.
Oh, and if you love board games, and you want to delve more, or just hear them talked about more, or just see more content about them, if you're familiar with the Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe, he actually has a web series, a YouTube series called Board James, and there's many episodes where they sit down and play board games from their childhood, and there's tons more examples
Yeah.
of great board games from the 80s and 90s that, we could go on about for hours, but you get a real, hands-on view, and it's not just reviews, it's actually kind of like a planned out show with characters and stuff, so
Yeah.
really entertaining.
Check out Board James.
Yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to kind of rip off the only podcast I listen to, which is Tell 'em Steve Dave. They do a segment on that show sometimes called 1 True 3. Have I mentioned this
Okay.
before?
I don't think so.
All right. The way this works is I will tell you 3 things, and you have to pick out which one of them is true.
Okay.
It's going to be something about me that you don't know.
Okay.
So, 3 quick facts, and then you have to try to decipher which one of them is the real one and which 2 are false.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm ready.
And then you can try me afterwards if you're up for it.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna go with a little 1 True 3 here, stealing from Tell 'em Steve Dave, because I think it's really fun anytime they do it. Okay. So I've never told you this before, but one time when I was driving home from work, after I had gotten home sick, I actually shit my pants on the drive home before I was able to get back into my house.
Okay, next.
Okay. Next, I was actually arrested at the local baseball fields when I was caught making out with a girl in the back of my SUV.
Okay, next.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And my final one here.
Just imagining you shitting your pants is just too funny. I hope it's not true. I wouldn't judge you if it were true, but because I've met people who've shit their pants before.
You wouldn't
as
judge
adults. No.
That were actually...
Number 3. What do we got?
Okay. Okay. Number 3. Number 3 is that I went to work totally drunk one time when I worked at a pizza restaurant and ended up knocking over all of the dough totes that had been stacked up in the walk-in cooler when my boss was there.
I'm going to say number 3 is the true one.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because at Papa Murphy's, you didn't give a shit. I know that.
I kind of gave a shit, but I wasn't planning on going to work drunk. It just happened to work out that way. That we had a big New Year's Eve party the night before, and I was drinking 151 from the bottle.
Oh, God.
And it's the only time that I've ever blacked out drinking. And, I pretty much the entire night was lost. Like, I didn't remember anything. And when I woke up in the morning, I walked into our kitchen. It was at a different apartment we lived at. And there was a pillow and a blanket, like, on the kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, like, who the fuck was sleeping in the kitchen last night? And I found out later that day that it was me. And I had been moved to another room, like, sometime after that happened.
God.
But, yeah, that happened. And then I had to go to work at, 8 a.m.
Oh, my
that
God.
next morning. And I was still drunk when I went in.
Of course.
I was able to keep it together enough to not get sent home, so I guess that was good. And
Did
the
your boss know you were drunk?
Somehow no.
Wow.
I can't imagine I wasn't, reeking of alcohol. But he didn't say anything, it was business as usual, and it was the store owner who was there.
Wow.
So...
Good on you for getting away with that.
Yeah.
Man, mine's tough because I'm an open book, and I just like to tell stories about shit that I've done. But I will say one time when I was a kid, I was in one of those playhouse things made of wood that's attached to, swing sets and stuff. And I dropped trowel and took a steamy piss. And my mom was standing outside and saw the trickling. And she asked me, she was very concerned with what I was doing. And I tried to tell her that it was raining outside. So that's one.
Okay.
Let's see. Try to dig through my memory banks here. One time, I was obsessed with making formulas as a kid, and I would mix different shampoos and stuff together. I've told you about this, but one time I into one of my little containers that I was using, I took a little poop in there, and I mixed that up with some other agents, and just to see if it would make something new, and it just made poopy soap. So that was another thing that I did as a child. Number 3, let's see, trying to think of something you don't know. Thinking of high school days now. Holy shit, hold on. The first girlfriend I had, we I won't say her name here because yes, she's a real person. I don't want to go too deep into detail, but we were getting hot and heavy in a movie theater during a film that wasn't too interesting, and we were more interested in making out with each other. And there was a lot of groping happening, and I actually, for real, jizzed in my pants because of the heavy petting that was happening over the pants. Not really a hand job, just rubbing, aggressive rubbing on both parts. So I don't know if she
yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if she knew that it was happening or not, but it happened. And
so, what did you do when you left? You just kind of waddle out.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, you can go in the bathroom and go
Put your shirt down a little bit to cover up the jizz stain.
Well, I wore boxers and kind of baggier jeans at that time, so it was sort of contained.
Okay.
There wasn't a big stain on my pants. But,
all right.
Yeah. So there's 3 things about me, one of which is true. They all involve bodily functions too. If you didn't notice. So one of those gross, terrible things.
And you covered a different bodily function on each. You got
Yeah.
piss, shit, and cum. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's a good job.
Yeah. Well, what could be giving me the advantage is some of them are based. The 2 that aren't true are offshoots of things that I really did.
Okay.
So it might be slightly cheating, but
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna go with number 1.
Number 1 is right.
Okay.
Yes. I was at a playground in Cincinnati somewhere, and I couldn't have been any older than 5.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was okay to just take a piss inside like the little treehouse thing.
And you told your mom it was raining.
I tried to tell her it was raining because she saw. I was a fucking liar when I was a kid.
Jesus, that's a terrible lie, too.
Oh, it's awful. Awful. I lied to my dad about drinking his gross protein shakes he made me. God, I lied about a lot of shit. I was a bad kid. I wasn't bad to other kids, but I never wanted to own up to the shitty things that I did, so I would make up rosy reasons and get caught anyway.
It's just raining piss in this one spot.
I want to...
Never mind where you are, 5 feet away from me. It just happens to be raining piss right where I am. Boy.
I never shit in a cup for my formulas.
You didn't seem like the type of person who at any point in his life had shit in a cup for formulas.
I did piss in a cup, though. But I didn't mix it with anything.
Okay.
I pissed in a little Dixie cup and I put it under the sink. And I left it there.
I was actually stopped by the police.
You were?
Yes, that was
Partly.
based on a true story.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at a local baseball field late at night, and my friend and his lady and myself and the girl that I was seeing at the time in high school wanted to find a nice place to park.
Okay.
So we went to the local baseball fields and went to the furthest end of the parking lot near the woods and proceeded to begin making out and whatnot. And
all in the same car.
they were in the... I had a 4Runner
Okay.
SUV, so they were like in the very back.
Very back.
And we were in the front. And, I was just startled by... if your eyes are closed, you can sense when the light goes on.
Yeah.
And it was like that, but it was like extreme.
Yeah.
An extreme difference from being like in the pitch black darkness of like near the woods at night to a fucking spotlight.
Yeah. Directly in your
shining
windshield.
Yeah. And I just opened my eyes, and all I could see through the, in the rearview mirror was a spotlight shining in. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And then a few seconds later, you get the tap.
Ominous
Yeah.
tap on the window.
So I rolled down the window, and, the officer's like, what are you guys doing back here? And this is what I said. I looked at him and I just said, kissing. This is my response.
Kissing.
Kissing.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a whole lot else going on at that point. It was like we hadn't been there long.
Yeah.
Nothing had really escalated.
Yeah.
So it was like, here's what's going on right now. And he took every ID from everyone in the car and went back to his vehicle and then just told us to go home.
Yeah.
So I was thankful for that.
Yes.
That he wasn't like too much of a prick.
Yeah. The same thing happened to Ivy and I told you about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And things were escalated. Not fully escalated, but they were pretty up there. And I did the same thing. I didn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Cop was like, "What are you guys doing?" And he kind of already had a smirk on his face. I was like, I'm gonna be honest. We were fooling around. Were my exact words. It's like the way my mom refers to sex.
Fooling around.
Fooling around. The only way it could have been worse is if I would have said we were horsing around.
We're just horsing around, officer. I knew a guy in school who
horseplay.
Him and his girlfriend were caught at the local park at night, pants down.
Oh my god! In the act.
Yes.
Oh.
And he said that the officer came up from behind with a flashlight. And the way that he approached them was with a flashlight in hand, stopped them and said, "Well, you picked a bad spot to eat your pie, didn't you?"
Oh my god. Oh. That's not even funny. Do you think he spent much time thinking of that quip while he was walking up?
I like to think that he rubbed one out first.
Oh, God.
And then... then after a few minutes of contemplation...
Yeah.
Picked
a bad spot to eat your pie. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I do not miss the days that when vaginas were referred to as pie. Fuck that. It's so stupid.
Pie eating contest.
Yeah.
No.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, that's board games week.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's 5:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
And we're going to wrap up here.
Super Divorce will be signing off.
Yeah. So, oh fuck, we got to pick a topic for next week, don't we?
Topic for next week. God damn.
What's it gonna be?
We didn't stick to this week's topic very well. We hung in there.
Yeah, decent amount.
What did we get off topic with? And we can kind of go into.
What did we get off topic with? We
shitting in cups, jizzing your pants during movie theater, petting.
We could do a bodily fluids themed podcast.
God.
No, jeez, I don't know.
talk about our earliest experiences with the internet. Yahoo checkers and...
Okay. How about internet let's pick a year.
What about, like, pre-2000 and... It has to be really early 2000s.
How about
Like
2000
03?
or before?
Okay.
That's super early.
Yeah. I got the internet kind of late. I think I got it in, like, 98.
Yeah.
So...
When-
But those first
is that
couple
gonna
years
be-
were pretty transformative.
When was Dale born? Like 95?
No, Dale's older than that.
I know. I'm just...
The high school kids I work with were born in 98. It's
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
disgusting. A kid born in 2000 is 16 and driving a car.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. We're getting there. Life's fucking us in the ass every year that passes.
So we're gonna say 2000 or before, right? Or do you want to go? Do you want to
Let's
allow
go to-
more room?
Let's go to
2003,
Go to-
4,
go to 01.
01,
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's a pretty good window.
01. So we're
before.
talking about, how about pre 9/11?
Yeah, be specific. Yeah,
A pre 9/11
because
internet.
we know 9/11 changed everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so our topic for next week will be pre
9/11
9/11 internet.
and our experiences with it.
All right, we'll see you guys then. Bye.
See ya.
Super divorce.